Prime Minister Narendra Modi is celebrating Diwali with soldiers deployed near the line of control in Nowshera sector of Rajouri district in Jammu and Kashmir. This is his second visit. He'll be celebrating Diwali with the army troops in the district ahead of the Prime Minister's visit. The Army Chief General arrived in Jammu and Kashmir. He visited forward areas to assess the security situation. The region of the twin border districts of Poonch and Rajouri have witnessed spurt in violence and 11 army soldiers have been killed over the last 3 weeks. The army is engaged in one of the longest anti-militancy operations in Poonch and Rajouri forest areas for the last 24 days. 9 army soldiers have been killed, but so far there is no success against hiding terrorists. Well, we have my colleague Nazir joining us as well. Nazir, how important is this visit by the Prime Minister, especially on the occasion of Diwali, given the violence that has been seen over the past 3 weeks in particular?
I'm not getting the steady audio. Hello? Can anyone
Nazir, if you can hear us. Well, the Prime Minister has reached Nowshera district. He is in Nowshera, which is in the Rajouri district in Jammu and Kashmir. He is to spend Diwali with the soldiers. This comes at a time also in 2019, the Prime Minister had celebrated Diwali at an army division in Rajouri, and this time he's celebrating at the Nowshera area, which is close to the line of control. Well, we have Nazir back with us. Nazir, firstly, a very happy Diwali. And on the occasion of Diwali, we have the Prime Minister there at Nowshera wanting to celebrate Diwali with the soldiers. How important is this given the violence that we've seen over the past few weeks?
Well, Divya, happy Diwali to you and all our viewers. And Prime Minister almost every year, soon after he took over as Prime Minister in 2014, the first Diwali he celebrated here in Jammu and Kashmir with the soldiers and also with the flood victims. Since then, most of the times he has spent Diwali near the line of control with the soldiers, and it's second time he's celebrating Diwali with the soldiers in the Rajouri district. But in 2019, it was in the Rajouri, in the army division there, but this time Prime Minister is going very close to the line of control in Nowshera sector. And given the fact the area, this region, twin districts of Poonch and Rajouri has become very, very volatile. Particularly, there's a revival of militancy in that area. We have seen just 2 days back, there was a mine blast in Nowshera, where 2 soldiers, including officers, lost their lives. There's an encounter going on in Poonch, Rajouri forest for last 24 days. And in which 9 soldiers have been killed, and so far army has not got any success against those hiding militants. And Prime Minister choosing to celebrate Diwali near the line of control. One important thing, it's also sending a peace message also, because there's ceasefire along the line of control. Since February this year, India and Pakistani army agreed to, revive 2003 ceasefire, and that has been largely maintained, except the fact we see the incidents of, infiltration. There are, increased encounters, particularly in those areas in this Poonch Rajouri, which were seen as free from militancy. We see again the militancy there in those areas. So Prime Minister going to line of control, celebrating Eid, this Diwali with the soldiers. In a sense, actually an approval of that ceasefire, which is holding on along the line of control. And also, the moral booster for the soldiers who have been, working in very, very tough conditions, be it weather, be it infiltration, be it the ceasefire violation before February this year. So, in a sense, in many messages, also his bond with the state of Jammu and Kashmir, now the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, after he took over as Prime Minister, he has visited most of the times Diwali he has spent in Jammu and Kashmir, particularly with soldiers. So very, very important visit, and most importantly, going all the way to the line of control in Nowshera sector, where we have seen just few days back a mine attack, attack in which 2 soldiers lost their lives, and an encounter is going on in Poonch sector, in Poonch area for last 24 days. Divya.
Right, Nazir, thank you so much for bringing us all those details. And like you mentioned, the Prime Minister there to boost the morale of the soldiers there as the encounter that's going on over the last 24 days.